to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor, and we're gonna do the review for 625 for NXT, getting ready for Heatwave. And they start off the show with the all-knowing and all-wise Ava giving a little speech, a little pep talk, a little announcement to the security staff, the referees there, and letting them know to be on their toes. And they start off with tag team Turmoil for a title shot, going up with elimination rules, and they start off with two teams, which happen to be Anofi and Blade, going against the new Catch Republic, and that's Tyler Bate, the big strong boy, and Pete Dunne. And, they're always, Anofi and Blade are going to give you a good match. I mean, they're fast. They're both really good. And in this match, in the first fall or the first tag team to go up in here, I guess it would be like Johnny Cash said, Mama tried. Well, Anofi tried. And it didn't come through. Then you've got Alberto and Angel Garcia coming out, and they come in, and they're really good, and they come in, they put on a good show, do really good, but they have to add a little twist to it. So they have Apollo show up, and that causes a little distraction, and the next thing you know, you've got the OC, the Good Brothers, going against the big strong boy and Pete Dunne. And the OC comes in because the Tyler Bate and Pete are the big strong boy. They're tired, but the OC shows up, wears them out a little bit, but in the end, Anderson gets put in the big spin by the big strong boy. And I like the way Anderson, he covers his eyes. It probably does bother him a little bit when he's getting spun around. I mean, hey, I've never been spun like that as an adult, so I really can't say how I would react. And I know a lot of people are going, oh, it wouldn't bother me. Well, until you're picked up off your feet and spun like that, like a small child, you don't know how you'll react. But anyway, it goes on to where OTM comes out after Anderson and Gallows. The OC gets pinned. The OC comes out, or the OTM comes out, and that's when the OC goes out after OTM. That's OTM and OC evacuate the building. In the finals, it ends up being Chase U, the last tag team to come in to go against the guys, New Catch, and Duke does really good. He does his handstand, that little new move he debuted last week, and it's a good match. In this match, though, earlier in the match, Ridge pushes somebody out of the way there. It gets Chase U to get a chance at the win. And pretty much this comes down to Ridge. They're keeping him in the storyline. Everybody's getting mad at Ridge, which is going to turn everybody against Chase U. You got Riley back in the fold over there. So anyway, Chase U ends up winning this match because of a little help from Ridge. And they get the title shot at Heatwave. So, after that, we've got the ladies' locker room. You've got Carmen and Roxanne, and Carmen and some of the ladies are watching Lola in her match with Baszler and Underground, and Roxanne comes in and throws a fit. Okay, and that's pretty much the way that goes. It's setting up Carmen and Roxanne later on in a match, but Roxanne, her role is, she's playing it. I'll say that. She is playing it, that's for sure. Then they announce that Sika has passed away, born 1945 to, of course, 2024. Sika, proud father, a great wrestler, man. The Samoans, the Wild Samoans were great. If you get a chance, go back and check some of the tape out of the Samoans. They were great. But then you've got Nathan and Axiom. Oh, actually, you've got Nathan and Dante Chin speaking about his upcoming Heritage Cup match, and Axiom comes in and lets him know, hey, yeah, I'm still your partner, so I'll be in your corner. And Dante Chin bows out and says, hey, this is where you should be, Axiom, and they're steadily building a little bit with Dante. So, a good deal. This only Singapore-born wrestler. You've got all ego. Ethan Page coming out, doing a little promo about your boy, young OG, Javon Evans. And he calls out Ava. And, Ava gets to come out because she is all-knowing and all being. He comes out and announces that she does not like to be painted in the corner by the wrestlers, and strikes fear in everyone. But Ethan Page, it's cutting a great promo, and then of course you got to have Trick come out. So Trick comes out and says pretty much what he's going to do, and then you got to have Sean Spears, the chairman. He's got to come out, and he does his little thing. So Trick announces that he's going to whoop on Sean Spears, and then he's going to go after all ego Ethan Page at Heatwave. They go from there to of course, and they've got to have everybody's got to jump on Trick before that promo's cut, and then Javon comes out, and your stereotypical promo for something like that. But it is what it is. And then you've got Ridge running into Pete Dunne and to the big strong boy, Tyler Bate. And, they're a little ticked at him. They're a little mad. And he, Ridge goes off with Chase U, and then Hank and Tank. I just like saying that. Hank and Tank show up. And they want a chance to go against the best. They want to go against the big strong boy and Pete Dunne. So, and Hank and Tank, they've got their AC/DC font shirts. It's old Hank and Tank. All right. Then we're blessed with a little Mr. Stone and Stevie Richards, and they're both trying to explain how important they are to the all-knowing, all-willing, all-being, the GM, Ava. Yeah, they're trying to show how important they are, and that's going to come up with something a little later, I don't know. And Mr. Stone, please get a little wider shirt, or at least undo that top button. But then you've got Wes Lee going against Joe Coffey. Hey, that's kind of cool, wasn't it? Wesley is you're going to get a good match out of him. Joe Coffey, you can't go wrong with the Gallus. Of course, and it gives in this match, it gives Vic Booker T's sidekick there. It gives Vic a chance to kick a Memphis boy when he's down. Makes his little comment about Justin Timberlake there. And then a big kick by Lee. In the end, it is a good match. But it's a stereotypical one of Wesley's matches. Coffee carries a little bit. Wesley is good. And Wesley gets the pin. But then you got Oba Finney, the champ. He comes out and does his thing on the stick and does a little something. And, there we go. But that's all leading up to the Heritage Cup match. And that's Tony D with the family. You got Tony D. Hey, Tony. You got Tony D going against Nathan Frazier with Axiom in his corner. So let's see here. This was an interesting match because you've got the speed of Nathan Frazier and the ability, the in-ring ability, of course. But you got Tony D, which is pretty good in the ring himself. Not just a mouthpiece, good in the ring. So how are they going to play this? Well, I think they did pretty good. Because 40 seconds into the first round, Nathan Frazier does a surprise pin on Tony D. And Tony D looks shocked. The family looks shocked. Everybody looks shocked. It's a cool little spot. Axiom gets him back to the corner. And then, of course, there has to be a round two. And, Tony D. Now, the theme of this match for Tony D was the choke slam. Damn! I'm sorry, that was Ron Simmons coming out of me. Tony D used the monster pickup choke slam probably about 4 times in all of these rounds, and he wins both of his rounds with the choke slam. All dues to Ron Simmons there. It would have made him proud. Tony D is going to win this match. And it's a good match. It's worth going back and watch. Nathan always puts on a good show, and Tony does good. And in the way they played this all out, hey, kind of like it. But in the end, Tony D is still your Heritage Cup champion. And Nathan is, is he spreading himself too thin? Tune in next week and we'll find out. Then you've got a quick little promo with your boy OG, Javon Evans, and Trick. And Javon wants to come out and have his back, and Trick thanks him for coming out earlier, but kind of says, hey, I want to do it on my own, and not really cool with having people have my back. And OG says, cool. So they go in to their next match, which is the ladies champ, Roxanne Perez, going against Carmen Petrovich. Right when the match gets started, you've got Lola Vice showing up to do a little commentary at the desk. And, that's going to distract Roxanne in this match, which allows Carmen to have some good little spots. She just needs more ring time. Her kicks and stuff are great and on point. They're just slow because she's trying not to hurt the other person, I believe. And that's timing. That's all that is timing. She'll get that down because Lola Vice has got her timing down pretty good, because Roxanne's going to win the match. And then afterwards, Lola gets in the ring, and Lola got knocked down last week by a spinning back fist. And Roxanne tries it again on Lola, and it doesn't quite work. Lola catches her spinning back fist and delivers one of her own. And it is on point and looks great, and Roxanne hits the pavement like a sack of taters. And, Lola picks up the belt, walks out, and which is later, she walks into Ava's office and drops the belt and says, hey, when the champ wakes up, tell her I want a match at Heatwave. So that was played out pretty good. And then you've got Noam showing up. He's hurt on the shelf right now, but they're keeping him relevant with Metaphor. And you have Mensa giving a heartfelt promo, which I thought he did a good job on. He did a good job. Did the good, I would say, soap opera acting, and gave a compliment to Metaphor and the fact that he feels like he's in a family now. So, good little spot. I can't say anything bad about that. Let me see. And then you've got OTM and the OC throwing down. So they're setting that matchup for Heatwave. And then you've got Tavion Heights going up against the No Quarter Catch Crew's own Damon Kemp. And these are both two Division I wrestlers. Real legit, on the mat, Greco-Roman freestyle, whatever you want to say. They are legit guys. And in this one, they're going to let Damon give Mr. Heights to soar to new heights and pick up a win here. Because if he picks up the win, he is a member of the No Quarter Catch Crew. And he does pick up the win, and he is. And in this match, there is we did have a Angle Slam, so we had a reference to Kurt Angle, and we did have a reference to Papa Shunga. So it's always good to give the shouts out to the old timers. And then you got Lanny Jordan, the North American champ, cutting her promo and giving a little props to Miss Grace for worming her way into a match a little later. And then you got Jada Parker coming out and demanding the stick and calling out Mi Chin for a street fight coming up. So, they do a quick little promo after that with Axiom and Nathan there again, wondering if Nathan is spreading himself a little too thin. And then after that, we're going to have a number one contender match for Heatwave to get a chance at the belt. And you're going to have Sol Ruka going against Ariana Grace in this one. Now, say what you want to about Ariana Grace, but she is playing her part well. Sol Ruka is playing probably the way she kind of is. But Miss Grace they gave her a role to play, and she's playing it. The beauty queen comes out. I mean, she definitely needs the ring time for sure in this match. It's okay match until the end. There again, Sol needs time for her to get on the top rope to do some of these moves. And because their timing is not there, Ariana's got to stop and stall and wait for Sol to climb up on the ropes. And then Sol slips. And I don't think I did mention when Trick was coming in earlier for his promo. When he was going to get into the ring, he about slipped and busted his, and then Sol gets on the ropes going up towards the finish, and she does a slip. And, that's going to happen. Yes, I know, but it kind of leaves your opponent hanging out to dry when they've got to kill 4 seconds. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, 4 seconds, but when you're already getting prepared to catch somebody, or, so when they're coming off the ropes, it just throws the timing off. And this was a terrible end on this match. Very sloppy, just not a good end. Okay match, just not a good end. But Sol does the Soul Taker and wins the match. And then you've got the all-knowing, the GM, Ava, again, on screen with Roxanne and Ava on her desk. You know, some people have, like, on my desk, I used to have lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. Some people have their names, some people their titles. Ava's got stop talking on a little placard on her desk. But Roxanne comes in, throws a fit, does a tantrum, and Ava lets her know that she will be defending her belt against Lola Vice at Heatwave. You know, it is what it is. They go to some commercials, though, after that, and man, I gotta say, they are doing a build on Roman coming back. They're really, I'm not sure which premium live event he will show up at, but they are doing one heck of a build over there on the main show. After that, you've got JC Jane and Jasmine. A little ticked off at the way things are going, and then Val Henry shows up, and she's a little ticked off at the way things are going. So, are we forming a future faction or a group? We'll just have to wait and see, folks. You know, she still has that Stone Temple Pilots mask on, though. Now, of course, this is all leading to the main event. You've got Sean Spears, the chairman, going against Trick Williams. You know, whoop that trick. This is one of these TNA guys, you know, along with Ego and Miss Grace when she came in. How much of a push can they give these guys? Or are they going to give these guys? But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But in this particular match, you got Sean Spears, which definitely has more in-ring experience than Trick, and he does his little taking his garb or his whatever off he was wearing and tries to throw it in Trick's face to start the match off. I like that little old trick there, but this is a good match. You know, you've got Ethan Page that comes out in the match to give a little commentary, and it will be short-lived because Ormens is going to come out and whoop on him, and that takes that out of the equation. But as far as the match goes itself, pretty good match. Sean is good. Trick sells pretty good in here. Has a couple slips. And when he does have a slip, Sean Spears does a great cover on this. But it's a good match. Everything's going good. I would call it a B minus type match. Not because of Sean Spears, but then they've got to add a little twist to it. You got to have something happen. Then you hear Vic down there with Booker T. Vic's going, get security. And a undisclosed man comes out and tries to jump, on Trick, and which is later on we find out it's Brooks Jensen. But yeah, he comes out, gets involved in the match, and he picks up the placard, or not the placard, but the top part of the announcer's desk that usually just has the TNA logo on it. And it's the first thing that Randy Orton pulls off the desk when he gets ready to do his drop on the announcer's desk. But Brooks picks that up, and in the melee that is going on, he swings it and he whoops Trick upside the head. So he hits Trick upside the head, which Sean Spears, the chairman, immediately pounces on and gets him back into the ring and rolls him up and pins him. So that was a little bit of a surprise, that they allowed that. So I like what they're doing here. Trick gets beat And then you've got, of course, we got to have one more time with the all-knowing and whatever. Ava, she gets involved in the end and decides that there's going to be a fatal four-way at Heatwave. So you're going to have Trick Williams, the champ, going against the young OG, Javon Evans, going against All Ego, Ethan Page, going against the chairman of the board, Sean Spears. So two newcomers into this. So, kind of interesting the way they've written this up. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. So, this week, pretty good. They are definitely building. It's 1 week from Sunday is going to be Heatwave. So I guess we will wait to see next week the final NXT show before Heatwave. We'll see the last second, little drop-ins they do, or the little things that make you want to take your afternoon or your night and spend it with NXT. So we will see what they do next week, folks, but everything is leading to Heatwave. And all right, guys, I guess that's going to do it for me, Memphis Mark. And thank you for taking a few moments out of your day, your week, your month, your year, your life to give us a listen. Everybody here, check out some of the other shows, and that's going to do it for me, guys. As always, you know how this is going to end. If you can, get out there and help a shelter. Donate your time, donate some money, do whatever you can. And of course, spay and neuter. And guys, this is Memphis Mark, and you know what? I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.